about that. Thank you. Am I audible to you? First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Jojit Paul for inviting me to Michigan University. I'm thankful to the university as well. I have never been a social media personality, so it was quite a surprising thing for me to be invited in an event of social media. And I think, and the topic is how social media changed my life. So I think I should be speaking about my personal experiences because the topic expects me to speak about that. I'll be using some parts in Hindi because I speak Hindi for my soul and I speak English in my mind. So when it comes to soul, I'll use Hindi, otherwise I'll use English. Basically, I'm a teacher, I'm a student. I was a civil servant for some time in India. I was a lecturer at Delhi University for some time. Then I resigned from there. I started my own venture. And I have been teaching for last 22, 23 years for civil services. That is my brief introduction. When social media started in India, I never thought about it. One of my friends who happens to be a film director, he told me, if you are not on Orkut, you are not a social being. So first day I came to know there is something called Orkut. I used to know a word called Chirkut in Hindi, it's very important, but I had never heard Orkut. So I asked him how to go on Orkut. I went on Orkut and I saw some people chatting on different topics, revealing their personal lives, etc., which I didn't like much. Later, 3 years later, he again came to me and told me, now if you are not on Facebook, you don't have a face. So I joined Facebook that very day. Then people started following me. They started sending friendship requests. I got very happy that someone is sending a request. Gradually, I got almost 40,000 people who were my followers on Facebook. It's about 5, 6 years back. One day I was feeling alone. I thought to have someone with me. I messaged 2, 3 people out of those which I wanted to have spend some time with. No one was available to me. And then I found that social media and a good following on social media is basically nothing in reality. You have a group of people who look to be with you, but who are not with you for any specific day when you want them to be with you. So somehow, maybe shattered emotionally or something, I thought this is not the real world. I should get rid of it. I decided to leave social media. I left it. I deactivated my account. I have my account on Twitter without any single tweet so far. I have an Instagram account without having shared any photograph so far. I have account on almost all the platforms without sharing anything. Then COVID came. Since I'm a teacher, my classes are recorded and these classes are shared for the online students. During COVID, I was free for 18 months. I thought I should do something. My team asked me to record some videos for the YouTube audience because they had started a YouTube channel. I mean, our company had started a YouTube channel. So I recorded a video called GST and then a video called Keshwanand Bharti case and the basic structure of Indian Constitution. I speak a lot. So when I record a video, it's around 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours, sometimes 8 hours. It's not 10 minutes video. So when I send them the video of 3 hours almost, the social media expert, which believes that he is an expert, he told me this video will not work because on YouTube, the maximum good duration for a video is 20 minutes or 25 minutes. I tried my best to reduce my length of video, but I couldn't. So I said, if you want to use the video in 3.5 hours, it's fine. Otherwise, I won't be able to make it again. Then they shared the video. I don't know how, but that video has been seen by around 31 million people so far. And which was a 3.5 hours video. So I became a popular person by mistake. And first time, I had been teaching for 23 years and only my students used to know me, recognize me. First time I found that people on the streets are staring at me and talking to each other, trying to identify, is he the same person which we had seen? But still, I was okay with it. Then, on a bad day, a lot of my classes got leaked. They went on the Telegram. Everyone had the access to the classes. Again, that was fine. It happens when you are in the virtual life. I never knew in COVID I'm going to generate so much employment. We have a company. We have around 1,300 people working in the company, and I'm the MD of the company. So I have a good feeling that we have generated good employment, but a different kind of employment. I use a lot of laughter in the classroom. I use a lot of humor in the classroom. That's the way I teach. Now, a lot of people during COVID who did not have job got the jobs. They had my classes. They used to listen to my classes more seriously than my students. And they used to cut the clips of maybe 2 sentences, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. They used to share it on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We found it okay. We had no problem with that. Just to get good likes, good number of views, they started making some bad thumbnails. They started cutting clips in a way that they are out of the context. We started striking them. We started giving strikes to them, started reporting them. But it doesn't work, you all know how it works. Gradually, there are almost 25,000 channels on YouTube which are using my content without my permission. So we talked to some of them. We invited them for a talk. Why do you do this? And some people said, sir, we don't have jobs and we are earning some good money from this. Why don't you allow us? We said, it's fine, you can do this, but you have to be careful while using the content. Some of them told me that they are earning around 3 lakh rupees per month, 4 lakh rupees per month, only with the ad revenue they are generating. So we were okay. And then during last days, something which has been the worst accident of my life happened. One of the videos, which was about a mythological context of Indian society, about Ramayana, that was cut from a very specific point. I believe most of you know about the story of Ramayana. There is a reference in that which is very bad about Ma Sita, who is wife of Ram. A statement made by a writer, I'm quoting the statement, Ram is saying this to Sita. And the next sentence is, Ram is not saying this. The poet is saying this. And what poets do is, they use the names of characters and say what they want to say. Now, this line has been cut, and the original line, which was a quotation, which was a reference, was used as a statement of mine. First time I came to know that I am trending 1 on Twitter. Someone posted that line with something like ban this person, ban this institution, etc. Then I came to know that I am trending twice at the same time on Twitter. I never knew what Twitter is and what is trending on Twitter. I never knew. I don't know even now. That was the power of social media. I came to know that some of the people around us, who live around us, they are angry with us. They can come to our house anytime. We were afraid for some time. But interestingly, no one came. Interestingly, 3 trends favoring me went on Twitter, and they also ranked 1 and 2 probably. I don't know who was doing this. I don't know who was doing that also. Both the trends, I was nowhere in the loop. Then gradually I found one very strange thing. That social media can be a very good tool. If you are right, if someone has clipped a statement in a bad manner, with a bad intention, and you are not able to do something for that. A lot of unknown people, which I never knew, which I probably won't be able to know anytime in my life, They were supporting me, which means social media has created a power. It's not only the media, it's not only the person standing on the media house will decide the narratives. He or she will decide what people will think. A lot of people have got the power to influence others, and the power to influence others has become democratic in the history of mankind for the first time. I have been a student of media studies to some extent. I have done masters in media as well. I used to read a sentence. Homo erectus was there, Neanderthal was there, Homo australopithecus was there. But Homo sapiens survived not only because he was powerful, mainly because he has the ability to connect, ability to communicate. And as this institution says, information changes everything. And I have seen in the history of human communication, when we had newspapers, when we had printing press, it was limited to the literate people only. When we had radio and when we had television, it was controlled by the capital class only by the few people who had money. Social media is the first instance in the history of human being when without any financial investment, without being necessarily required to be literate, anyone can be a producer or content creator on social media and have an influence. And I know many people on social media who do not have a degree, who do not have any background in social media or media, and they have been doing wonderful things. I met a lot of people in this conference because I'm a loner. I don't know anyone. I know only one person in this group who has been my friend. Otherwise, I have been seeing everyone for the first time. I have been listening to everyone for the first time. And every time I get amused how good people are there around in the world. I never knew. But any person who has something to share, who even doesn't have economic power, who doesn't even have the power of literacy or power of knowledge, who can be a miraculous person on social media. And that is why I'm a shameless optimist person. I generally don't tend to be a pessimist person. I know the things are very bad in the world. There is a poem by Sangya Singh in Hindi. The sense of the poem is, I know the world is bad, but still it is livable and we have to make it more livable. That is the crux of our life. So I have started a new channel on YouTube with my name. People have loved me. I mean, I have only 10 or 11 videos and I have 20 lakh people, 2 million people who are the subscribers to that channel. I'm sharing philosophy on that channel. I have been a student of philosophy and psychology and political science and constitution. What I'm trying to do is, I want to have a society in which people have discourses. They don't imitate. They don't follow blindly the leaders and other person. Walter Bagehot has been my favorite thinker. He said once, in this world, there are very few societies where they have got the boon of discourses. Most of the societies are bound to imitate. And that is why only few societies have been able to develop and progress. So what my contribution can be for my society? I know a single person cannot do something very great. And I don't have any misconception about myself. I know I'm a small person. I can do small contributions to my society. And my small contribution, what I think must be is to influence the people in a way that they start thinking with a scientific bent of mind, with scientific temper. I know a lot of people who have been scientists, who have been the students of science, but lack scientific temper. Scientific temper is the ability to think objectively, neutrally, with facts, with data on different things, and not be biased, not have confirmation bias, not doing selective avoidance or biased assimilation. So this is the only thing that I intend to do in my remaining life, and I hope I'll be able to do so.